The Dodge, Plymouth, and Chrysler DLC has just been added into Car Mechanic Simulator. This DLC has added 8 new cars and 6 new engines. In this video, I'm going to give you a breakdown of the DLC alongside my honest opinion of whether this DLC is worth its hefty price tag. First car that we're going to look at is a 1971 Plymouth Barracuda. This car is one of my personal favorites. The Barracuda is one of the best body styles in my opinion. It looks slick, but at the same time it possesses this aggressive style. The car version that I have in this clip is the 426 Hemi, which produces 425 horsepower alongside 490 foot-pounds of torque. This car definitely has enough power stock to have fun, but if you add performance parts, I can see this engine probably making it somewhere close to 1000 horsepower. This car can be found in barn finds, the junkyard, and auctions, so you shouldn't have that much trouble trying to locate one. The second but last Plymouth vehicle that was added in the DLC is a 1970 Roadrunner. This body style reminds me a lot of the Dodge Chargers of the time, and it looks good. As for the version of the car that I have in this clip, the 440, and it can also be located at barn finds, the junkyard, and auctions. This car has a V8 Hemi 446 pack in it, alongside a multitude of engine swaps that are available. There's even a few Ford engines that you can swap into it. One thing that should be noted about this car is that it's 3,700 pounds. It's quite a bit of weight to get moving. Next up, we're going to go over the 4 new Dodges that were added into the game. First on the list is probably going to be the favorite of the bunch, and that is the 2015 Dodge Challenger SRT Hellcat. This is definitely one of the cars that I'm excited to build. This car is the heaviest in the update though, coming in at almost 4,500 pounds, but that really doesn't matter that much. It's powered by a 6.2 Hemi Hellcat engine, and that engine makes 707 horsepower stock. So if for whatever reason you think the car is slow, just add some performance parts, and this engine will make 1000 horsepower guaranteed. For the next car, we're going to return back to the 1970s with the addition of the Dodge Challenger RT. This is another one of my personal favorites from the update. The body style of these cars from the 70s are so unique and slick, I really just love them. This car also has a Hemi 440 6-pack powering it, and it has multiple engine swap options if you wanted to do something different. I feel like this car always gets stuck in the shadow of the Dodge Charger. This car is solid, and it's going to be one of the first ones that I built in this DLC. But of course, if they added the Challenger, that means they're going to add the Charger alongside it. And I'm expecting to see a lot of Fast and Furious builds on this. And honestly, I'm excited to do my own too. This car comes with a Hemi 440 Magnum. I'm just saying, Magnum is such a cool engine name. This car also has the same engine swaps, or engine swap options as the Challenger. The last car in the Dodge category is another great car. This is a 2015 Dodge Viper GTS. They really killed it with Dodge. All these cars are so good. One unique thing about this car is that it only has the V10 Viper engine in it. There's no other engine swaps for this car, at least in the standard car version. But these cars are known for making great power with modifications in real life, so I have no doubt that this engine is going to be powerful when you modify it in game. Now we're going to enter the Chrysler category that holds the last 2 cars. The first being a 2004 300C SRT8, and that is powered by a 6.1 Hemi. I'm not going to lie here, this is not my kind of car. But that's alright, there's probably a lot of people that want to build luxury cars like this one. I'm just not one of them. And the last car in the DLC is a 1978 Cordoba. What a name. Which is also powered by a V8 LA 360. Would it be LA or is it La? It's Cordoba. I'm gonna go with La 360. Which is also making a whopping 193 horsepower. But I'm oddly excited to build this car. I remember watching YouTube videos about this car. They're just really known for their luxury interiors, but the body shape isn't too bad either. So that's all the cars in the DLC, and here's a list of the 6 new engines that were added. Now for my opinion of this DLC. First off, this DLC is about $16 for 8 cars, which in my opinion is a pretty high cost compared to the last DLC that had 4 cars and it only cost about $6. With some basic math, you'll see that every car in this DLC cost about $2 compared to the last DLC where they cost about $1.50. Now that may not seem like a lot, and it really isn't that much, But when you consider that on PC, we have a workshop where you're able to download a 69 Charger for free, and also not to mention that the base game has 3 of the cars from the DLC in it, with the 300 SRT8 being very similar to the SCEO LX550. Another one is the Dodge Viper. It's very similar to the Echo's Cobra. And the last car that I found was the Hellcat, being very similar to the Echo Imperator. I think that's how you say that. But the only thing about the Hellcat is that the Imperator is actually a 2008 model, so there is a bit more of a difference than the rest. But the point that I'm getting at is that even though a lot of the cars are really cool, there are options in the game that are fairly similar to that. So at the end of the day, it's your choice. But I just wanted to let you know that there's alternative options in the game for people who think $16 is way too much for a DLC. Now with that being said, ultimately, it's your choice. So that's all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.